and welcome to another episode of Startup Hustle Middle East. We're broadcasting live from STEP Conference. We're the media partner for the third time in a row, and it's great because we get to meet amazing entrepreneurs and VCs. And this interview in particular is very, very close to my heart because it's with Tamer and Alma, who are amazing people. And my agency, Yellow, has done the branding for WeStore. So it's amazing to have you guys on the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Mamta, and we love you so much. We love the agency. We're every day we see our logo. We're like, oh my God, we love it. We love it so much.
That makes me so happy.
Thank you.
So WeStore is solving a big problem for social sellers, for small and medium e-commerce players who struggle with logistics and are looking for a solution that's end to end. And this is where WeStore comes in. They help with fulfillment. They help with logistics, with order management, with delivery, all of it, so that all the hassles are taken away. Is that right?
Exactly.
Correct.
Great.
Yes.
So I know a little bit of history, but for the listeners, how did WeStore come about? Did you notice that there was a gap in the market?
So I've always been in the B2C space, working for Suit.com and the likes of it. And I knew that I wanted to actually change and do something B2B. The growing of the B2B business is a lot easier, to be honest, and keep raising funds for it is a lot easier. So I wanted to do something in the B2B space. And during the pandemic, I saw the rise of needing of e-commerce, and you need to do fulfillment, picking, packing, delivery. And that's where I saw it during the pandemic. And I decided to open based on a couple of US models and bring them here and really go for it.
Yeah, because I remember when we did the research into the space as well, looking at US and Europe, companies and brands that have been in this space have raised a lot of money because it's a real need, a real issue, pain point that it's solving, right, for entrepreneurs and social sellers.
Exactly. As Tamir said, especially during COVID, there was a huge rise in e-commerce, and here in MENA region especially, and the rest of the industry did not follow the rise accordingly. You know, the rest of the industry stayed very traditional. It didn't change as the trends changed. So we realized that let's change the industry.
Yeah, great. We're always happy to work with any brand or business that's looking to disrupt an archaic system, because I know from the research that for a social seller or an entrepreneur to lease a warehouse right now, the duration and the bureaucracy, it just gets in the way of them doing business.
And the commitments, right?
Yeah, and the commitments. I know your seed stage and 6 weeks in, but what do you think is the biggest challenge from a customer's point of view when it comes to logistics?
For regarding with us or just in general when it comes to...
In general, with the system before WeStore.
Oh, yeah. So pricing is number one. These guys are working on very thin margins, and their cash flow is very strapped. So they don't want to pay up front. They don't want to commit to 1 year. They cannot also command volume, because if you look at the likes of the Noons and Amazon, they can easily command volume. So they can go and rent a warehouse and be able to get a very good, whether it's the lease or the actual operational inside the warehouse through a 3PL. With the small sellers, they don't need big spaces. They need tiny spaces. They need it on demand. And they need to be able to command a good price for the value they're getting. And to me, today, that's what we're solving for them.
Okay.
I think all these problems are being solved with what we're doing with WeStore.
Okay.
So you guys are able to pass on the big box store warehousing pricing to the smaller guys, basically. Is that how it
Definitely.
works? Yeah.
Yes. So today we are commanding the price of Amazon because we have a huge aggregation through our network of all the small sellers combined together. They become one big seller. So that's how we're going to get the volumes, and that's how we're getting the volumes today and passing the pricing or the savings onto them.
Okay.
That's awesome.
One of the things that I would like to add to what Tamir said is that what we realized through feedback from the customers, that first, as you said, they cannot commit for a 1 year contract and so on. And then another thing is it's really hard for them as social sellers, entrepreneurs, small and medium businesses who, started these businesses, they see them as their baby, right?
Yeah.
So it's super hard that after years of handling everything, just give your operations to a warehouse, to someone that, you don't truly trust and you're not sure about the quality, and you want definitely to give the best quality to your customers.
Yeah.
So we make sure that we can assure that there will be like a high-end quality service for them and for their customers.
Great. And I mean, it's also early days for you guys. What do you think has been the biggest challenge when it comes to converting these social sellers, these entrepreneurs?
So for us, the first, I would say, 3 weeks, we were kind of using the traditional model of, okay, here's the CBM rate, here's the pick rate, here's the labor rate, and so on. And we realized it requires you to have a PhD to really understand how much you're going to pay at the end of the month, because you're getting a rate per item and you don't know how much you're going to do.
Yeah.
So we've simplified the model now. We've went to a subscription-based model. So you know how much you're going to pay up front. It's very clear, monthly basis, month to month. If you don't like it after 1 month, you can leave. So there's no commitment to a yearly or anything else. And we've really simplified it. And we've really taken it down to a level of the micro seller. Because our targets are micro, small, and medium-sized businesses. So we've really started with the micro seller. We have a package for micro seller, small businesses, and medium-sized businesses. And for the likes that people need customization, we also have a subscription model for it customized for their needs.
So tell me what's included in the subscription model for the micro and a small and a medium. What do you provide, and what's included in the...
So what's included is the storage,
Okay.
bringing the items inside the warehouse, inventory management, customer service, returns, picking the items. What is not included, because we're also very upfront about it, is any charges for delivery. So
Okay.
all your deliveries, collecting the COD fees, all that stuff, that is not included.
I'm sorry, I have to jump in.
Yes,
Returns
please.
are not included as well.
Returns are not included as
We
well.
do them, yeah, but definitely it will not be
It
included
requires
in the
more-
package. Exactly.
It requires more operational management and things.
The return inside the warehouse is included.
Yeah, okay.
The
you're
return charges from the delivery company or the courier company is not included. That's the difference.
Okay.
What we've tried
Okay.
to do is really tell them, okay, because with small sellers, they really don't know. Sometimes they get 3 orders a day, sometimes they get 0. So we wanted to give them the flexibility of getting the storage and the facility inside the warehouse,
Okay.
and be able to say, I have flexibility into even having 0 orders. What
Okay.
if I'm starting new? So that's the flexibility we've given them, really.
Okay.
At the moment, I'm sorry, I just have to add. At the moment, we started with the 3 different packages, and then there is a 4th one, which is like a custom package. Like,
Yeah, which
just
you
speak to us and let us
Personalize and
exactly
cater.
personalize, cater, so it's gonna match your business needs perfectly.
Okay, so you include the warehouse space, you include the picking, you include the packing. Delivery is on top for COD transactions.
Any delivery is
is
extra.
on top.
Is extra,
Okay,
yes.
and returns is on top as
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do also provide extra services like customized packaging, kitting, and things like that. But of course, this is all depending from one case to another.
Okay.
It is not included in the package, but we can definitely provide all the services needed.
So can you just walk me through what the experience would be like? Say, for example, I'm a small seller. I've imported some items that I want to sell on Amazon, for example.
From Alibaba.
Yeah, I want to do some drop shipping stuff, right? And or Alibaba, and now it's reached Dubai, and I have to figure out what to do with it till I sell it. So what is the process? How would you guys operate in that situation?
Yeah. So as we said, we take care of the logistics from beginning to an end. So let's say if you have imported your items here, we can go to pick it up from the port or wherever your items are.
Once it's cleared.
Yes, once it's cleared, we can definitely arrange delivery. Sometimes customers want to deliver it on their own, and that's completely fine. So pretty much we need to know your requirements. To understand better your business and your products, just to make sure that we put your stuff in a warehouse that perfectly matches, right? Sometimes depending on the products. Businesses need temperature controlled. They
Right.
need they have high value items, so they need like a high security standards and so on. So just understand the products you're selling and your business requirements a little bit more, and you can have your stuff in a warehouse in 24 hours.
Wow.
Awesome.
We take it
Nice.
from there by all the orders that needs to be fulfilled are fulfilled by us. As I said, we do have also customized services, and then we deliver it to your end customer.
So if I do get an order, what happens? What's the process after that?
So
There's an
we-
OMS.
Yeah, at the moment we did build. We have a website, right? We do have a customer portal that each one of our customers have access to. They have a dashboard over there where they manage their inventory, their orders, their returns, shipping, and all of that.
Oh,
So
awesome.
you can pretty much just log in into a portal and submit new order. At this moment, we are also working on integration.
Yeah, I think that would be great,
Yeah,
because-
Tamer can speak a little bit more about
Yeah,
that.
because if I'm a seller and I'm selling through First Cry, Mum's World, and Amazon, anytime there's an order from either of these, ideally I wouldn't want to have to
Yes.
input the order details, right?
We are aware of that.
So our goal is to unify all that under one dashboard. Today, what's happening is you're going into Amazon, you're listing your items, you're going to Noon listing your items, and then you're going to Mom's World, and so on and so on. Sometimes you get the emails, things through email. Sometimes it's through just a notification. Amazon does notification, and you have to log in to see what's happening. We're going to unify all that. We're gonna
Okay.
automate all that, so you can have one user dashboard that
Oh.
can manage your entire life cycle of all your channels.
That
would
is
be
amazing.
awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is amazing, because as an entrepreneur, not only do I have one centralized system and I don't have to input these details, but I can see the health of my business,
Yes.
because I have full visibility on which platform is performing best for me. You know?
Which platform is performing best? Which SKUs is performing across all?
Yeah.
What's my inventory levels across all?
Yeah.
Where can I take inventory from and actually give it to somewhere else? Because maybe it's not performing here, but it's performing somewhere else better. I
Yeah.
can actually move the inventory. So
Yeah.
really giving you the analytics. One of the reasons why we chose for our domain name .ai is really to give you the artificial intelligence, to give you the intelligence around the platform.
Yeah.
One thing that I wanted to also mention that we should really hit hard on. We are a network of warehouses.
Yeah.
We never discussed that with you guys. So
Yeah.
the beauty about us is that we have mainland, we have free zone, we have frozen, we have high value goods, we have dangerous goods. So whatever your needs are is being met because we are agnostic to any warehouse.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
And, it's
That's
all
And,
over-
and across
all over UAE.
all over UAE.
All over UAE.
All over
And
UAE.
last, we really care. I mean, I come from an experience. I know we talked in the past about that. I really care about the
The experience, yeah.
So to me, we guarantee our SLAs and we care about the experience. To
Yeah.
me, you're not just buying for us because it's super convenient pricing.
Yeah.
You're buying from us an experience, and that's what we want to deliver to you. Is
Yeah.
that comfort and experience of taking care of your baby, as Alma said.
Yeah.
We really do want to take care of all the operation and logistics cycle, so they can really focus on growing their business, on marketing. A lot of them is actually B2B. They want to focus on B2C, but taking care of all the operations, they just don't have time.
Yeah.
So we really want to take this hard part on us.
Yeah, one of the values is experience is everything.
Yes,
So-
definitely.
Great. What if I was a seller that is getting high value and also fragile items? What about things like insurance? Is that something that you would also take care of?
We're taking care of it today with the warehouse, but
Okay.
it's not part of our value proposition.
Okay.
We're not giving that as part of subscriptions.
Okay.
It is something we're
It's
looking
something
into.
customized.
Yeah, it's something in the customization, and we're going towards it. Again, going back to all the micro and small sellers, to be honest, their margins are very thin.
Yeah.
You start talking to them about increasing their cost, it becomes an issue. So for us, we're trying to do our best to be conscious of what we can give them, what we can support them on. And as we grow, we will probably offer them a lot more services than we were offering them today.
Great.
But we're very transparent about, as you know, we're very transparent about what we offer and what we cannot offer.
Okay, great. And how many clients can you talk about how many clients you've onboarded as part of your subscription model, or just in general, how many you've recruited?
A subscription model is actually something quite new,
Okay.
and it's going to be launched next week.
Okay. Okay.
So prepare for
So
a
you
big
heard
launch.
it here
Yes,
first.
prepared for a big launch for a first subscription warehousing and fulfillment reinvented, right?
Nice. I like it.
So we have around about dozen customers total now,
Great.
and we really do believe in a subscription. When you said what was the biggest challenge for us so far when it comes to our customers, it was we know that there is desirability. We know that what customer needs. It was just finding the right way, the right model.
The right way to package
Exactly,
it.
to package it for them. And then we saw that really the biggest problem is they don't know accurate price, and it's super hard to give them accurate pricing. That's why we started this whole subscription model, and we really do believe in it. And one, as you said, experimentation is everything, and we really do believe in that. And we are ready to experiment, even if it doesn't work out. Maybe we just change the packages. We will really be listening to the feedback, to what the market is going to say back, and then we will act accordingly.
Yeah, definitely. I think that Step is also a great place because it's full of entrepreneurs to validate the subscription model. I think the biggest challenge when we speak to entrepreneurs is logistics is scary for them, you know, and they know that good logistics means that the customers will keep coming back and buying their products, etc.
Yeah.
So, but they see 3PL and they see logistics as a service, and it's just all very daunting. So I think what you're trying to do with the subscription model in really like simplifying it in terms of space, in terms of pick, pack, deliver, I think all of that is
exactly.
very interesting.
As I told you just before we started, we want to make it as simple as watching a movie or ordering your groceries. Like, you just have to subscribe and we'll take care of everything.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's
One
awesome.
of the things I would like to add, Tamer, we really didn't touch that point, is yes, we do have all those like small and medium businesses, customers on one side, but we are really, as I mentioned at the beginning, industry itself is very traditional, and it's not follow the trends. So we really also try to put impact on the warehouses. They are also very traditional. You would be surprised with how many warehouses actually they're still working, not even with Excel sheets. They work with the notebooks and pens.
Oh, really?
Oh my God.
serious?
I was going to
Yeah.
ask you, what's the
No
challenge
way.
you
We were
face on the
surprised.
other
We were
side?
surprised, especially for us as a tech company. It's like, oh, we need to do something to help these guys, right? So we are really trying. We have amazing operations team who is on a field all the time with the warehouses. We are trying also to understand their pain points, and then also to act accordingly to build the technology to help them evolve along with us and with the industry as well.
Great. So you're building a dashboard and tech on both sides of the
Yes.
business.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yes.
So, are there any other challenges that you face on the warehousing or logistics side that the customer is not?
Yeah,
aware
the
of?
warehouses, some of them get our model and understand that it's a volumes game and that we will help them, right? It just takes time, but we will help them really eventually utilize all the unutilized space that they have.
Yeah.
And some of them are really still stuck with the model of, no, I just need one or two big clients and I'm really happy with that. They're going to fill up my entire warehouse in a matter of days and I'm done. Problem is, every time we approach one of these guys who are thinking this way, within a matter of 2-3 weeks, they're calling us back and telling us, the big client just left us and we have half the warehouses empty.
Yeah.
Can you really help us with this?
Yeah.
And it really comes back to really, they're still thinking very traditional and we're really trying to help them evolve beyond that on the warehouse side.
Yeah, I think changing that mindset is a bit of a challenge. Like, just because they've been doing this for so long in the same way, I think. But I'm glad that they're open to changing and seeing that the market requires them to be flexible
Yes.
as well.
Definitely, yes.
Great.
Awesome.
One thing to add also is
Yeah.
along the way, as we're working with the suppliers, now we're getting data on them and their quality of service and the service offering, which
Great.
today as a database, it doesn't exist anywhere in the MENA region.
Okay.
You don't know
Right.
who's doing the warehousing, what type of warehousing they're doing, what's the quality of service, what amenities they can provide for you or value-added services. So as we're getting this into our database, we're also collecting all this information about what's happening on the warehousing side so we can actually start, hopefully in the future, produce reports on what's happening in the warehousing industry.
That's interesting. So you could also potentially, for your high value clients or for clients that are paying a higher subscription fee, store their products in the warehouse that performs the best in terms of operations. Would you utilize it in that way?
No.
You want to be fair to all your customers.
No, I want to give them the best service. I care more about the service than anything else because
Yeah.
we live in a service world. And
Yeah.
to be honest, the MENA region is still behind on when it comes to service. I mean, you call a telecom, right? You're on the phone for 45 minutes before somebody answers the phone, right?
Banks are the worst.
Yeah. So we don't have chatbots.
Yeah.
You pick up the phone, you're gonna call us right away. You're
Yeah.
gonna call me, you're gonna call Alma, right?
Yeah.
And that's
Or
really the
WhatsApp
spirit of
WhatsApp.
and that's really
Yeah,
the spirit of
WhatsApp.
us. We really we're all about the service.
Yeah.
awesome.
You know, if you give them an amazing service, they will always stick with you. And I think in the long run, it's to me, I'm really playing the long game with this.
Yeah.
Even if we end up losing money 1 year, 2 years, long term, we're gonna be winning big time.
Yeah, I think also your history with Amazon as well. You saw that where they were really leading is prioritizing service and customer care above everything else. Did you say you also provide customer service to the social sellers as well? So right now, if there's an order that hasn't reached or something, and the end customer is following up on that, who are they following up with?
If they're following up from a courier perspective, they're following up with us.
Okay.
If they're following up on just like in general, they're calling the
Brand directly.
the brand already. Yes.
Okay.
But this is one of
How
the
are you
things
managing
that we
this?
have.
Played it in our thinking
Yeah, we-
as a part of
yeah.
our
As a
evolution.
value-added service,
Exactly,
yeah.
as value-added
Evolution.
services, because we also again we really gathered a lot of feedback from a client, from customers and businesses, and this is also one of the pain points that they're having: customer service, especially when they scale, they're growing bigger.
Yeah.
It's hard for them to take care of this. So then we were like, okay, we want to take the headache from them, so why not to extend?
Yeah.
We just want to really make sure that we excel in what we are doing at this moment, and then we can
Before you
definitely
add on.
exactly. And
Yeah.
there's a lot to be added on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. So I just want to ask you guys, what have you experienced? What challenges have you experienced as entrepreneurs in this region, and fundraising and things like that? I know you guys have raised
Very
your
early.
seed round.
Yeah.
But what do you think of the entrepreneurial experience so far, and what would you share to budding entrepreneurs like advice?
So the two takeaways that I can kind of say out loud that are my painful points. Talent is really hard in this region.
Yeah.
Bodies is easy, talent is not. And to be honest, the giants, without naming names, but the giants have really taken the salaries of a lot of the good talent very, very high. And it makes it really hard to find good talent at a I'm not gonna say affordable price, but at a good price, reasonable price, market average.
Yeah.
That's one. And two, opening the bank account. It was
Yes.
painful.
Yes.
It's so
Trade license.
painful.
It's
man.
like 12 weeks almost to open a bank account. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's opening a bank account. I'm giving you my money.
Yeah.
So like, no, the banking institutions, that's another thing. Like, I know there's a whole thing in STEP about fintech, but I have not seen anybody disrupting the banking. I've seen disrupting payments in general, but the banking piece needs to be disrupted.
Oh my
doesn't make
God,
any
yes.
sense.
In fact, I
Yeah.
think 2 years ago, on one of our podcast episodes, I really shared my
Ranted
very
about this.
honest rant about this, because it's so not entrepreneur friendly, even in terms of deposits that you need to have. I'd much rather utilize that money in growing my business than keep it in the bank, like just to get started. And even then, I'm treated like shit. So
Yeah, totally. No, it's
I
horrible.
think it's ridiculous.
So I know there are some people who are working on doing like
Like a
launching the
digital bank.
first digital bank over here, which will hopefully solve some of these issues, because yes,
I know,
banking
but
over here is
Please
a
do
massive
let us
pain.
know once they're
Yeah,
live.
yeah. That really does need to change. I completely agree with
And
you.
by the way, yes, I agree with you. I have to keep my money in the bank.
Yeah.
And I'm like, guys, I'm a startup.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
yeah,
that's
you want utilization of liquid cash. Like you don't want it to be sitting in the bank to just get started.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
So that's
Are
the
there any
point.
challenges that
Uh,
you faced as well?
Challenges? Honestly, for me, of course, we do have a challenges on a company level, but personally, this is my first startup experience, right? I worked in a corporate before, so that's what I know.
It's your first startup experience as well.
Not my first running a startup, but not
yeah.
my first startup.
Startup
I mean, I worked in in the US. I worked in Border Free.
Yeah.
I worked in a couple of other startups in the US. So no, not my first foray into startups.
Yeah.
Okay.
But first running one.
First running, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, everything I know is corporates, and then when I joined Tamir from the beginning, it was something new. You know, the whole new world opened up for me, and I was like, oh my God, it's so green in here, and there is wind, and there's birds and flowers and rainbows. This is how I still see startup culture, and this is what I really enjoy so much. And I keep telling him, I love this. I am a product manager, but I'm really involved into every single piece of our business, operations, sales, marketing, social media, HR. Like, we were searching for the office together, we were hiring people together, we were, you are really doing everything, and this is what I really love about the
I
startup.
love your optimism.
Yeah,
I love it.
I
and the
really
energy.
love it. I really love it, and we are really trying to build this culture inside the company itself. You guys help us with our values and how much we really want to push this the people first, and the experimentation is the greatest key, and just experiment and fail. Failure is a lesson, and so on. So I'm really enjoying that. I don't think I'm going back to corporates ever.
I think the flexibility is awesome, right?
Yeah.
Just to be able to do things quicker.
Yeah.
Because in corporate it takes so long to get anything done.
And in corporates, your skin's not in the game, right?
It's a different feeling.
it's a very different thing. I remember when Sid had a startup, it was called Ijarkar, and I remember when he was considering getting into it, he said, I can either do this or I can do an MBA, and I'm torn between what I do. And I was like, do this. And to be honest, I
think it was definitely the right move.
Yeah. It was the experience that you get, like you're saying, the experience that you get being involved in every aspect of the business. You learn so much, you grow so quickly.
You're forced to learn.
You're forced to learn. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
I look at the startup life as MBA on steroids.
Oh yeah, definitely. What you want to do is you want to avoid burnout, though. That's
Yes.
important, I think. But it is a great learning experience as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it so much, especially when we're talking about the experimenting. It's like, I remember, okay, of course we did the market research and we did so many analysis before we even started, right?
But
we had a
being
set of
in the business-
assumptions, but once we started, and things that we discover along the way, and that we will discover, it's insane that every day we're like, can you imagine, how come we never thought about this? You know, and like we never thought that the clients will want this. So it's like it's just a ongoing cycle that you just keep learning, and there's a lot of signs along the way. You just have to be able to read them.
So what's next for WeStore? What are you planning as you grow?
So for us, we're planning expansion. We're working on Saudi and Egypt. Hopefully by the end of the summer, we're going to expand there. We believe
That's soon.
Yeah, it's really
that's
soon.
great.
We really believe in expansion. Part of our DNA as well is being ability for any of the sellers that are selling in the UAE to just pick up and drop all the items in Saudi and start selling in Saudi right away. This is the reason they're going to connect with us, right? One connection, one dashboard across the entire MENA region. And then hopefully our long-term plan is 10 countries a year.
Wow.
I'm really going for 10
Nice.
countries a year for the next 5 years.
Damn.
Wow, that is
Awesome.
very ambitious.
Yes.
Well, we wish you all the best. I'm very excited for you. This is the year of 2 babies for
Yes,
you.
yes.
WeStore and
it's
your
the
baby.
first WeStore baby.
No, but congratulations.
Thank you so
I
much.
love that you are so passionate about the business, and that Yellow as well has played a small role in that, and we wish you guys all the best. Thank you for being on the show.
Cheers. Thank you for being
so
on the
much.
show.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
guys. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
By the way, Yellow played a very crucial role. Small, but very crucial.
Amazing. I love to hear that.